at the Spokane County Interstate Fair.
From the food to the fun, we're taking it all in.
It is hot and windy today. I've got to look at the forecast when rain arrives.
Several Spokane leaders gathered today addressing the issues they said led to the closure of a popular restaurant. Tonight, how they plan on tackling the problems. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Amanda Rowley. Mark and Whitney are on special assignment tonight. We'll hear from them in just a moment, but first let's get to our top story tonight. Big changes are coming in the trial of the man charged with killing 4 University of Idaho students. A judge has granted Bryan Kohberger's request to move the trial out of Latah County. The judge said he was concerned about the ability to receive a fair trial in Moscow, given extensive media coverage and some statements made by public officials suggesting Kohberger is guilty. The judge also noted the courthouse isn't big enough to handle the trial and there are not enough deputies to handle security. The judge's ruling doesn't specify which county the trial will be moved to. Idaho's former Attorney General David Leroy believes Ada County is the most likely location.
We have a large courthouse. We just finished having 2 sensational, nationally significant, internationally followed trials in the Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell cases. I would expect that Ada County will be the likely site of this trial.
Leroy says in this case, the Supreme Court and administrative judiciary will decide which county the trial will be in and who the judge will be. The family of Kaylee Gonsalves says they are disappointed by the judge's ruling to change the venue. In a statement, they say in part, "We have always felt that a fair and impartial jury could be found in Latah County and still believe that is where the trial deserves to be held to help the community heal." Thank you again for all your support and prayers. Of course, you can read their full statement on KREM.com. Well, after nearly a decade, Zona Blanca is officially closing its doors in downtown Spokane. The owner blames ongoing crime. Earlier today, Councilmember Jonathan Bingle held a news conference responding to the restaurant's closure. KREM 2's Christian Garza was there and brings us the latest.
Close to a week ago, Zona Blanca owner Chad White posted on social media that the business would be closed for the day due to vandalism. And just 4 days later, he posted on social media again saying that the business would be closing its doors for good.
And it was pretty demoralizing, especially when you looked at the video and you could kind of see people coming and going throughout the night.
More than 100 community members, city leaders, and small business owners showed up both in support of Chad White and alongside him to tackle the issue behind the recent closure of his business, crime in downtown Spokane.
We, as a community, have to work together beyond just our elected officials.
It's unacceptable, and we cannot allow it to continue.
Councilmember Jonathan Bingle held a press conference in Zona Blanca and touched on solutions like prioritizing police resources to high-crime areas, potentially adopting a repeat offender policy, cracking down on open drug use, and enforcing Proposition 1, which keeps people from camping on public property.
When a business suffers, it's not just numbers on a ledger. It is someone's livelihood. It is their passion and their vision for this community's future.
According to Councilmember Bingle, Spokane Police Department has made over 2,300 arrests in the last 8 months in just the downtown precinct.
It was heartbreaking.
Chris Batten, who owns the Zona Blanca building and has been a business owner himself for the last 2 decades, says that everything that we're seeing crime-wise in downtown is a relatively new issue.
It hasn't been something that was ever a problem, during the first, 15, 20 years. And it's just gotten worse and worse over the last year or so.
Throughout its years of service, Zona Blanca has been recognized by the city for raising over $150,000 for local nonprofits. At the conference, White took the stand to say that more community members need to be aggressive on these issues, because at the end of the day, accountability is another form of love to help everyone involved.
Whether Zona Blanca is closed or not, I'm committed to support all the other restaurants, small businesses in our downtown core.
Just because Zona Blanca is closing its doors in this building right behind me, it doesn't mean that it's going to stop serving the community with it. Now they're going to be doing different pop-up events, they're going to be doing catering, and they also are going to keep their airport location as well. Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Well, it's Day 4 of the Spokane County Interstate Fair, and today we are celebrating Seniors Day. That's also where we find our all-star anchor lineup. They've been out there meeting many of you. So how's it going, guys?
Oh, very good, Amanda. Thank you for promoting us to the All-Star.
Oh, yeah.
members of the
Hey,
team
we
out
made
here.
it.
Yeah, we've been having a good time. We've been out here pretty much all day long since gates opened at 11 a.m. today, and things are kind of starting to turn over a bit, right?
Yes.
The morning crowd seems to be going out, and the evening crowd coming in. The temperature is a little better right now.
It is getting a little bit cooler, just enough to take the edge off.
Right.
The lights are going to be coming on soon. It's still going to be Senior Day, which means that anyone over the age of 55 gets in for free, and parking is just $5. So still plenty of time to come out and enjoy that. Not to mention all of the other fun things that the fair has to offer. And we've been here, as you said, all day long. There's a lot going on here.
There is a lot. We showed you during the previous newscast the lumberjack competition that Jeremy partook in. We also saw barnyard races. We also saw some racing pigs and racing ducks even.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things going on. Of course, there's the rides, there's the foods, and all kinds of exhibits. There's really something for everybody down here.
There really is, not to mention, like you said, it's just getting a little bit cooler, and so we wanted to now send it over to Jeremy Legoo, as he has been talking about fair weather. So Jeremy, how's it looking out there?
Whoa, wow, hi. When it comes to our overall weather pattern, hot and windy is the name of the game today. For that reason, we have one of those KREM 2 weather impact alert days. That alert runs from noon to 7 p.m. because the National Weather Service issued a red flag warning. Why is there a red flag warning? Because believe it or not, even though it's so incredibly beautiful outside, it is still elevated fire danger. It's dry and windy. Wind gusts around 30 miles per hour will eventually die down, and that's likely around the 7 o'clock hour. Same time we start cooling off later on tonight. Believe it or not, sun goes down, we lose a lot of the energy in the atmosphere, we lose a lot of the heat. Heat is energy, so all of that plays a role together. 84 degrees in Spokane is where we sit. Similar story over in Coeur d'Alene. Mid and upper 80s out in central Washington. It was a scorcher, but if you love the 80s, enjoy them. We kind of only have one more day of this kind of heat. Tonight, wind will die down, but not until the sun goes down. Looks like 7 o'clock hour, we lose a lot of the heat and likely a lot of the wind. Overnight, that wind remains much, much calmer across the region. But here it is. Last 80-degree day we'll see in quite a while. Hurts to say it. We'll talk more about that when I'm back in the studio later on this week. But here you go. Tomorrow, we top out in the upper 60s with scattered showers. Wednesday, scattered showers. Thursday, another round. Temperatures staying in the 60s for our high temperatures both days. And after that, we rebound, but not much.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Still to come on KREM 2 News at 5, a resource for Spokane's unhoused is closing soon. Coming up next, the city's plan to help those in need. Plus, we are going back out live to the Spokane County Fair and check in on all the fun with Mark, Whitney, and Jeremy. Still to come at 5:15.